Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. I just literally got home from the store. I went thrifting. I got me a few things. And I feel like every time I leave the house, I have to, what does Target want me to get today? Like, I know I don't need nothing, but let me go in there anyway and see what Target says I need. But I'm back. And so I needed to get these last 2 reviews done. So here we are. I apologize also that these reviews are like this late because Housewives and Love and Marriage Huntsville been came on, but I am getting it to you before it comes back on again. So at least I'm up to date on the episodes, and we not trying to squeeze 2 in 1 because I hate having to do that, and that's what I was avoiding. So, or at least trying to avoid. Anyway, this is a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 17, I'ma Fix My Life. So, Marcel is doing this little walkthrough, with his friend, Andrea. She's an architect. And he wants her to, get in on a few things, on a few, developments that he's doing. He wants her to help on a few projects. So he's showing her this, the space that he has. He's trying to do a whole little lounge, and then he has a brunch spot that he's trying to do. Like they opening up a few things, and he wants her help for a small fee. Like he trying to lowball her, talking about a humble price, the homeboy price. No, pay that lady what she's worth. If she's like you say, the best architect in Huntsville, the fact that she's, the only black woman, like pay her, Marcel. Anyway, while they're there, Martel pops up. That's just how they do. He just pops up. Production told him be around there, drop in on Marcel. So that's what he did. He pop up. He's trying to be friends again, doing the small talk thing. They talk about the divorce a little bit. And Marcel tells him, like I met with Chris. He told me about the 47-acre deal. And he was willing to, jump in on that. But Martel had to stop him right there. Let me stop you right there. That's not, that's on a hold right now. We're not able to move forward with anything because of his divorce. Marcel ain't surprised. Things are at a standstill. He gonna have the nerve to say, Maurice hinted at, the fact that he got another baby on the way. So, Maurice ain't hinted at nothing, Marcel. Now, you just heard the rumors and you running with it, but don't be trying to make it seem like Maurice done came over there and, spilled tea, because he did not. He did not. You're assuming. You ain't got no straight answer from nobody, so cut that out. But anyway, Marcel tells him, I'll be glad when you guys hit rock bottom. Martel was like, what you mean by that? Like, why you say that? That wasn't the right thing to say. He could have said, I'll be glad when, you guys get to a place where, like, enough is enough, not rock bottom. Somebody hear that, especially somebody that I'm kind of beefing with. I'm be looking at you like, bitch, what you mean you'll be glad when I hit rock bottom? I bet. That could have stirred up a whole situation with Martel, because the last time somebody stepped to Marcel, I'm talking about Marcus, Martel cussed him out. So anyway, he tells him that he's having a soft opening for, the little brunch spot, lounge, whatever it is. And he's inviting Martel. So they got that coming up. He got an event coming up that, he's invited Martel to. Mama Hope drops in on Melody. And, of course, we're talking about the divorce. Melody's children are with her mother, so they can have a real candid conversation without being interrupted. Melody tells her about the cheating and all of that, and the rumors about, she's like, he telling everybody that'll listen that I was cheating on him. And Mama was like, well, did you cheat? And Melody's like, well, no, I don't consider it cheating. You remember when he and I broke up? You remember when I moved out and I had my own apartment? Like, It was then, and I talked to somebody for like 3 weeks. We didn't have sex. I wouldn't consider that cheating. That's just me. I don't either, Melody. I don't either. Especially if it was just, conversation, just entertaining somebody. No, he had a whole sexual, physical, emotional relationship with another woman for 5 years. So that's cheating. What he did was on a whole nother level. She tells, Mama Holt that Martel wants full custody. Mama Holt is like, what? Yes, Mama, he want full custody. She like, he don't even want to be around these kids as it is. So like, he not around now. How he gonna want full custody? And Melody's like, I know, he gonna have them kids over there with you. You gonna be babysitting them kids. He gonna be dropping them off right with you. Mama Hope like, no, baby, I done raised my kids. I done did my time. Them y'all kids, y'all had them babies. They're your children. Ain't nobody gonna be dropping nobody off over here on a daily. Like every once in a while, she like my mama. My mama told me when I had my babies, them your babies. Now this is your baby. And they say that and then be telling me everything to do with my baby. Grandparents. I'm gonna be the same way. Oh, and she also, Mama Holt, she drops on, she tells Melody that the baby, this is going to be my grandson. She's like, oh, so it's a boy. And Melody looked like her soul left her. Like she just looked so defeated in that moment. They probably had been trying for a boy and they kept getting girls. Even with this last baby, it's a girl. And so I'm sure to hear that, he finally got his, I need to hurry up because I got to turn in my child's, my son's homework. That was a notification that I was just looking at. But anyway, she tells her that he's having a boy. And I'm sure that hurt Melody's feelings because I'm sure, they have a son, but just one. So now she got a boy on the first go round. Well, not the first go round because she's been pregnant before. So who knows how many kids she would have had with Martel, what it would have been, how many boys he would have had, how many girls he would have had. Arian's been pregnant before by him and was just getting abortions. It's just, this one she decided to keep. I guess she said, listen, after 5 years, I'm done with this. You gonna go ahead and just start a family with me because that's what we doing anyway. Marsau and Tisha, they have a date night in a cute little bubble. It's cute or whatever. While in the bubble in the parking lot, he loved to have this whole just stay home, let me do what I do conversation. And it's like, no, why are you trying to keep her home? Like, what's that about? It seems like you want to keep her home so you can be the only one out in the streets. You don't want her running into your mistress. You don't want her running into you, and so stay home. All that, I just, I want to provide for you and, that's bullshit. Like, that lady has a degree, and anybody with a degree, at some point it's like, I want to flex my muscles. I want to use what I got. Even if I'm not going and getting seeking a career in the field that that I majored in. It's just the fact that you want to do something outside of mommy, wife, homemaker. Although that is a job within itself, staying at home with your children, being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. And anybody that says otherwise is lying. Anybody that says stay-at-home moms are lazy, they're lying. They never lived it. They've never done it. They're looking from the outside in, because if you ever live this life, you will never say it's not a job. You will never say it's not work. You will never discredit anybody for doing that. Now, if you want to choose to, get up and do something else and work or do something on the side from home or whatever, that's up to you. This is why I'm here. Like, I got dreams and goals and aspirations. I've always wanted to be on television. I've always wanted to be in entertainment. I've always wanted to do all of this. The whole production, all of it. And so I had to find a way to do those things, whether it be, you know, like a play when I was in college, you know, trying to get involved in those productions that we would put on, being in the choir, playing an instrument, you know, like you got to do something, you know, with yourself when you have goals and aspirations and things you want to do outside of wife and mommy, because that's not your identity when you become a wife and mother. Some of us just want to have just, you know, that little bit of independence. And that's where Tisha is. And Marcel need to just let her do her thing. Like, let her do her mommy business podcast. Let her, you know, go to school and get, you know, another degree or another certification, so that, like she says, if something happens to you, I got something to fall back on. I have a nest egg. You know, I got something else. It's not just he takes care of me. Let her do what she do, Marcel, and you just sit down somewhere. Melody meets with Martel to drop the kids off for his week. And he always, wait a minute, can we talk? No, we can't. I got somewhere to be. Bye. I really would have just been like, no, bye-bye. I'll see you when you drop them off after the week. Call me on the line if you want to talk. I'm not standing here and talking to you. No. So she's already annoyed. And he's asking for full custody because she wants to live in Atlanta. And he doesn't want his kids in Atlanta. He feels like when they with you, it's a free ride, and, you know, they don't have to do any chores. What kind of chores does Martel have them doing? Anyway, like, okay, make your bed, you know, for the ones that are older. That's a chore. Maybe you collect the trash, you know, around in the different rooms, you know, and dump it into the big trash. And, you know, daddy take it out or whatever. But what kind of chores you got them doing, Martel? Like, are you, like, what? Because I'm trying to figure it out. Melody's like, I got it all covered. That's why they don't do no chores at my house. Like, I got it covered. Because honestly, what is it? What do you possibly want them to do outside of, like, keep their room neat, that sort of thing? I feel like Martel be having them kids over there mopping, sweeping, cleaning, busting suds, cleaning the floorboards, the toilets, washing clothes, folding clothes. I feel like he be having them doing it all. And that's why they don't want to go stay with you. They want to be in Atlanta with their mama and Ice Cream Boy. Because I'm still hanging on to the fact that I think that Ice Cream Boy is Troy in them. Not Martel. Oh, and she tells him, congratulations, I heard you got a boy on the way. Peace. Have a good night. He's like, oh, you just gonna drop that and just roll out? Yep. That's exactly what I'm doing. Yep. Kimmy, Maurice, and Jalen, they sit down. Of course, this is our 50th conversation about Jalen's future and what he wants to do, and the fact that he does not want to be an entrepreneur. Maurice is really pressing it, you know, and Kimmy has had all she can take. So she chimes in, and it's just like, you know what, Maurice? Yes, he's figuring it out. He does, and he flat out said, I don't know. I don't know what my passion is. I don't know what I want to do. And that's a lot of us, because they tell us, go to college, get the college degree, and then you can get you a job. What they don't tell you, like what they don't cultivate, are trades. You know, in school, you have those classes, but it's not driven home. Like, it's not pressed upon students to, okay, go take cosmetology class. Or it's not mandatory, I should say. A trade course should be mandatory at all the high schools. Cosmetology, you know, I took cosmetology. I had friends, and, you know, in the shop class, you know, or the carpentry, that sort of thing. Like, we had it. I don't even know, do they still have home economics? Because people don't know what to do in the kitchen these days. They don't know how to sew a button. They don't know how to do nothing. And it's the education system. If they were teaching us trades and how to do things for ourselves, you know, first, before it's beating over our head. Go to college, get you a college degree. Okay, in what? In what? Unless you know you want to be a doctor, you know, being a doctor, being an educator, or owning a business, those three majors, you know, you're sure to get you some type of position in that field. Everything else, hit and miss. You better hope and pray you know somebody that knows somebody. You better hope they hiring. You better hope that you got enough experience in it, or else they ain't calling you back. It's just, listen, I done went down a rabbit hole. Let me get back to this. So I understand Jalen being 20, 21, not knowing what he wants to do in life. You know, I'm sure a lot of people didn't know, you know. So I'm not, we can't keep, you know, beating him over the head with entrepreneurship. He's just trying to find his way. He's just trying to figure it out. And Maurice talking about all the things he did, and Kimmy's like, yeah, you did all those different things because you didn't have it figured out. You was trying to figure it out. Remember that you did this same thing? Like, somebody gave you time to figure it out. Back up off my baby. That's what she about to say. Back up off my son. I got this. I got him. I do appreciate Maurice, you know, because he called him, you're my son. And I feel like I'm not getting through to you. That was heartwarming, you know, that he sees him as his child, you know, not a stepchild. He sees him as his son too. And he wants the best for him, just like Kimmy. Kimmy, Melody, and Destiny, they get to the location, you know, of the day retreat. And everybody's there but Tisha. Tisha's late. She come up walking up all insecure. I feel like they look like they've been having a good time because they had you know, a couple of little drinks. They drinking on a little wine. And when she's walking up, you know, they kikiing, and she think they talking about her, or they done had a whole good time. And she's like, so I don't know. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have come. Girl, please with all of that. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Like, can people have dialogue? Like, people who are like that really bother me. You know, like, you walking up to a group of people, and just because they're laughing and having a good time, you just gonna automatically assume it was all about you. Nobody is thinking about you, Tisha. Nobody's thinking about you in that way. Girl, relax. They play a few games. They play Twister or whatever. And when they're all outside, Iama comes up, you know, so she showed up. Destiny asked her to come, you know, to help facilitate the healing process. And she talks to them, you know, introduces herself, and Tisha and Kimmy and they confessional, they like a shaman. What's that? Like a guru? Or like, what does she do? Read your fortune? Is she a palm reader? A psych? Like, what's she giving? You know, they're those black people that just completely shut down the minute you start talking about spirituality in a different light. You know, she tells them Asha. I think it's Asha. Is it Asa or Asha? I can't remember, but you know, it's the equivalent to amen. You know, he's almighty. He's the you know, most high, that sort of thing. When black people, when we want to understand something, we're gonna either make fun of it or, you know, turn our nose up at it. And that's kind of what they was giving. And it's like, y'all ain't never seen nobody burn sage. Y'all ain't never seen nobody, you know, charge up their crystals and, you know, really meditate. Like, come on. Black people are on that now. Black people are on that now. And people pray and meditate differently. Doesn't mean that they out here worshiping Satan. It don't mean that they out here worshiping the ancestors or none of that. You know, I had to come to grips with that because before I started burning sage, I thought, is this witchcraft? Like, what is this giving? I don't want to be doing nothing, you know, that's outside of the will of God. Like, I'm not trying to do none of that. And I had to, you know, come to the realization, like, listen, when I'm walking around saging, I am praying to Jesus. And so it's going to still work out for me. To each his own. Anyway, they have a back and forth. She gives them a few cards to, first they vocalize their intentions, you know, for the retreat. Everybody goes around and shares some personal stories about their parents, blah, blah, blah. She gives them a few cards to look through with different adjectives on them that describe either how they feel or how the person has made them feel. Destiny goes first, and she chooses protector, and she gives it to Melody, and they have a sister moment, like, oh sis, I got you, I'm gonna always protect you, I got you. Melody gives one to Tisha, and it says misunderstood, and she explains herself and gives this heartfelt message, I guess, to Tisha, about how, where she feels like the disconnect came in their relationship. And I'm gonna ask Tisha, okay, so how do you feel about that? I think it's BS. I probably would have been like, girl, you this daggone day retreat, I'm done. I done had it. Now, I done tried with this girl, and every time I try with her, she does something like this. That's BS. Okay, girl. All right. What's BS about it, Tisha? See, that's that passive aggressive mess that she does that irks me like to no end. Like, I can't stand it. You don't have to be like that. That lady is trying to have a moment with you. She's trying, and you are still giving her your ass to kiss. Why? You the mean girl now, Tisha. You're always around here talking about how Melody's the mean girl. No, you the mean girl, because that was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. Anyway, they talk about the breakdown. They're misunderstood, both of them. But Tisha doesn't want to listen. She doesn't want to understand. She's hell-bent on misunderstanding. You want the arguments to stop and the meanness and the nastiness to stop. But every time you come around, you got something nasty to say. Telling that girl that her heartfelt apology or her heartfelt, explanation as to what's going on between the two of you. You gonna say you saying it's bullshit? All right, Tisha. Tisha is like, well, the breakdown wasn't when Melody said that, that she couldn't hang out with her. Well, she wasn't. She had stopped hanging out like that. She had stopped really communicating with Tisha. She was being very distant. But she was also going through a lot in her personal life, which is why, and they had that conversation. And Tisha's whole thing is the fact that Melody keeps saying that Marcel be cheating on her. And it's like, girl, Melody, I'm sure Melody ain't the only person that told you that. Your mama tell you that all the time. And yet you ain't cutting your mama off. You're not checking your mama for planting those seeds or for putting that out there. Marcel is definitely cheating on her. Either he has in the past, or it's an ongoing thing. But the word on the curb is that Marcel was cheating with Melody's with Melody's beautician. And then the beautician got on live with Tisha and Marcel, probably, coerced by Marcel to deny it. She's married as well, so she got something to lose, which is why sis ain't finna get on the live and say, yeah, I did it. Because she's a married woman herself. See, Marcel, I guess I should say that's the smart way of cheating. That's what them old folks was trying to tell Martel. You cheat with a woman that got a husband too, so that the both of you got something to lose, so ain't nobody gonna, slip up. Bullshit. All of it is BS. Marcel is a cheater, and Tisha needs to just come to grips with that. Check her husband. She done asked him before, and he done weaseled his way out of the answer, or didn't answer straightforward at all. Like, if a man ain't cheating on you, his response is gonna be, no, I'm not cheating on you. I'm not dignifying that with an answer. No, you gonna answer. You gonna answer. Dignified and answer it. Are you cheating? Have you cheated? Talking about some, we ain't gonna answer. You answering. The not answering just tells her everything she needs to know. But she's an fat at face value kind of girl. And so you said you ain't cheating, so that's just that. All right, girl. All right, Tisha. Melody like, girl, obviously I know more about your life than you do. Because he cheating. Melody and Tisha needs to stop pretending like this is some new rumor or like she's never heard this before. This has been brought to her before, I'm sure. But anyway, Melody just gets up and she leaves. You know, and it ends there. She's done. All right, bye y'all. She just gets up and leaves. I don't understand that, Tisha. I do not understand that, Tisha. It's either you want to mend things and do stuff differently or you don't. And she don't. Because every time she see Melody, she being passive aggressive, saying something slick, you know, and Melody keeps paying it dust. This time though, Melody, you know, they went back and forth. Melody was loud and all of that. But lately, excuse me, she had been, you know, it is what it is, just paying her dust. But that was Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Hopefully a lot sooner than later. Hopefully. I ain't making no promises. As long as I get it in here within the week, I'm good. I feel productive. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.